Of all my goals I have set this year, I think the one I struggled the most was losing my belly fat. And every attempt at making that happen failed until I posted this on my Instagram. The main problem with all my goals has been a constant lack of discipline. I have been successfully setting them and planning them out, but somewhere down the line, I just lose track of it, either due to external pressures or just the monotonous nature of doing things every single day. I've been setting this monthly goal of going to gym like 3 to 4 times a week and then going for a run every single day for the past like 7 to 8 months. And I've just been failing over and over again. It's just been a constant cycle which has been happening. And my attempts at looking back and figuring out why I'm going wrong has made me reflect that there is a certain lack of seriousness after the first 1 week of starting that goal. There is a certain lack of pressure to prioritize this when other aspects of life get hit, right? So I came to a conclusion that what was lacking to prioritize this was actual accountability, and that's where I decided to make my goal public, right? And this is really scary because I've never done this before, and it creates a lot of pressure and fear because people are now going to track you. People are going to see each and every step you take, and mistakes now cost a lot. There is no option to fail, right? Either you win or you get your back beaten and ashamed in front of everyone, right? So I had to make this happen, and I took a bold decision to post it in my Instagram that I'm going to run every single day for a whole month, and I was going to track it officially on my Strava account, and I posted, the pictures of the current at that point of time, how I looked with my big belly and stuff. From the day I posted it on a public platform, for the next 12 days, guys, I ran continuously, without a single day, without a single break, 12 consecutive days. And it only broke because I had to travel outside and I had to really prioritize something else over this. And these 12 days, right, it was more out of fear than anything else. What would people say? And I really liked it. Fear is such a powerful emotion. It's so underrated. I mean, people ask, what are you afraid of? But I think it's good to be afraid. I think it's good to be fearful and use that emotion, to lift yourself up, to actually use it as a drive to pursue your goals. Like people say, I'm not driven to do this. Man, you just publicly post it once and see how driven you are, right? It's going to take your spirit and drive to another level, but because now there is no other option but to succeed, right? So, but over the 31 days, I managed to run like 24 days, which was the most disciplined I've ever been in my life with respect to one single goal. I almost lost like 2 kg of body fat, and I managed to reduce my belly to such an extent that I was surprised at it myself because that had never happened in my life. I mean, I've been going to the gym for the past 2 to 3 years, maybe not that consistently, but just to see that progress, and it felt, unnatural, uh, to say, surprising rather than anything else, because I've just failed at it so many times that this was just another attempt for me, without much hope, to be honest. And this really taught me a lot of lessons, discipline over progress, right? Process over progress, just getting up, doing the stuff over and over again every single day, not worry about the results, and having that seriousness, having that drive to do the thing every single day. There can be days where you are really in a slump, and also creating that system around you, which can lift you up every single day. It's not that you create a goal and you just get lost with time, but if you can create a system around you which is going to carry you forward through that period until you reach there, I think that itself is a success by, to begin with. And in this 31 days, I had some challenges, of course. It wasn't a very easy ride. I think by day 18th, I really had a severe burnout emotionally, physically, and mentally. Mainly because it wasn't just running which I was doing, although that was the main goal. To maximize the results, I was going to gym, you know, 3 to 4 times a week, which I had been anyway been doing. But alongside this, I had to start running and now as well. And also not to mention the calorie deficit which I was following, at least 500 to 600 calories deficit from my maintenance. And also I had severely reduced carbs and replaced them with proteins, and my body really didn't adapt to this at all for the first 3 weeks. I really struggled to manage my energy. Both my physical as well as my mental energy was really down due to all these new habits I was trying to put in together. And I think I think I think by week three, I decided consciously that if I need a break, I'm just going to take it. Not going to worry too much about it. Maybe I can bring it back up again in the last week, but I got to look at the uh, present day, because I had a full time job which I had to perform good as well. My performance there was really being pushed down, and also I had a family to maintain as well. So all of this do take some mental energy as well. And the final week of this challenge, I could really pick it up because my body had adjusted to the amount of physical stress I was putting in, uh, with all the running and the gym sessions, also the calorie deficit as well. My body could adapt decently to it. But again, when I felt like I really needed the break, uh, I just took a day off. As you can see, there are some days where I really left it out, on a conscious note. Yeah. Now, there are people out there who are so self disciplined that they don't really need accountability. They don't need anybody to actually monitor them or keep a track of it. David Goggins is one such hero. He doesn't care who's watching, right? He's going to go out there and do his stuff anyway. But for people like us who are really struggling to make ends meet, right, who are actually struggling to get some discipline in life, I think it's good to have some sort of kickstart where in some there are people who can actually put some pressure on you and keep that accountability. Just create that drive from within, because people are watching. You want to perform your best, you don't want to make a fool out of yourself. So I think it's worth it. If you can create a constant accountability, you will definitely come out of that laziness. And I think using the emotions more than anything, you know not to be afraid of them, using the fear, using your insecurities to your advantage, I think that is where the real boldness comes in. And I think it really is going to push your standards way high. you know and once you start doing that, uh, I think it's easier to do it again for your future challenges, because you just break a major mental barrier of keeping yourself accountable in public. So the conclusion is, you create accountability and see how well you perform on a big stage, and you make use of human emotions and just set the stage on fire, wherein the only way out is through it. So this is part one of the discipline series I had planned to post regularly. This is completely from the experimentations of my life. What are the things I'm trying out? What is working? What's not working? And it's just an attempt to maximize my discipline so that we can eventually reach the peak of our performance and the peak of our human capabilities. And I think discipline is the first thing we need to cultivate more than anything. I believe it's the skills, the talent, everything comes later on. But I think the discipline is what is the principal and the most basic need for any sort of human achievement or any sort of raising the standards of your living, right? Cheers, guys. We'll see you next time.